Hey there, 9 a.m. family. Hope you're having a blessed week so far. This week's Midweek Ponder comes from Hosea chapter 11, verse 4. I guided them with gentle cords, with bands of love. I was to them as those who took the yoke from their neck. I stopped and fed them. I came across this verse while reading about God's love, specifically about how how the idea that somehow that God's love is a response to something that we do. And in this verse, God is just finished talking about how when he led his people from Egypt, they turned away from him. And just after this verse, he talks about how they're pretty much going to keep doing the same thing, but he still loves them. He still pursues them. See, God's love isn't a response to something I've done. God's love came first. And this last weekend, we learned from Pastor Rick, about the reconciliation and the fullness of Christ during that process. How Christ gave all of himself. God gave all of himself to build the bridge so that we could have a relationship with him. When John saw Jesus in the Revelation, Jesus introduces himself as the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. See, that is who was on the cross. Not some of God, but the beginning and the end, all of God. During this season, this series, as we've been learning about all in, I've been asking myself, what does it look like for me to be all in? But now I think I've been asking myself the wrong question. I think the question should be, what should be my response to a God who is and always has been all in for me? How do I respond to God in that way? How do I look at him? How do I thank him for being all in first? And what does that mean in my life? I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, where you guys are at during the series and all of what we're learning and hear about what you think your response would be to a God who is all in for us and is all in first. What is our response? As always, I pray for each of you by name. If you have any prayer requests, please send them my way. It is my honor to pray for you. See you guys on Sunday.